So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, so week 13 of the NFL season is on its way, and for the Chicago Bears, they will be taking on their much-hated rival in the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. In this video, I'm just going to give you all 3 keys to the game that I think the Bears should do to be able to win this game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. As I've said before, the Bears will be taking on their much-hated rival in the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, looking to bounce back from that blowout loss to the New York Jets. I'm going to keep it quick because this game should be pretty much cut and dry. So let's get into the first key. The first key always when you play the Green Bay Packers is you have to get Aaron Rodgers on the ground and get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Now, that is a very difficult task to do, especially with this Bears defensive line being porous as it is. But I thought they played well against Green Bay the first time, getting pressure on Rodgers the first time they played. Obviously, so much has changed on this team is that it might not be the same thing as last time, but still, the point stands is that you need to be able to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers to force him to make those quick decisions, even though he's been one of the best at that for almost a decade now. But even still, he hasn't had his best year at all, and the Packers are really struggling. So, and then part of the reason is that he's faced really good defenses, and he's been constantly under pressure because he's missing his starting left tackle. I think so. Don't quote me on that. And he's been under pressure a lot this season. Now, he hasn't been sacked a lot, but he's been under pressure. And some of his poor performances come under when he's getting pressured a lot. So, you know, if you're the Bears, you're going to have to dial up some blitzes, especially with your top 2 secondary players, actually top 3 secondary players probably being out, with Eddie Jackson being out, Jaquan Brisker having a concussion, Kyler Gordon having a concussion, and Kendall Vildor struggling with injury. So your secondary is pretty beat up, so you're going to have to get some pressure on Aaron Rodgers this Sunday. Hopefully the Bears can figure out a way to do that. Number 2, always when you face Green Bay, you're going to have to run a heavy run scheme, and you're going to have to run the ball on this Green Bay team. Green Bay is really good at stopping the pass. They have a very good secondary with Savage, Alexander, Amos, I think, is still back there. But, you know, they can't stop the run to save their lives. And Jalen Hurts proved that last Sunday. He had 100 yards by himself on the ground, which is like a Fields-like performance, if I say. Regardless of who's playing in this game for the Bears, the game plan should be the same going into this matchup with the Packers. You always want to run the ball. You always want to stay on the ground with them because they have a pretty tough time stopping the run. We saw it in the Cowboys game. We saw it in the Eagles game. They have a very hard time stopping the run, and that makes it very difficult for defenses to play because, you know, if you're just constantly giving up 5 yards per carry, teams are just going to wear you down. And I think that's what the Bears should do. Now, with Khalil Herbert missing, and of course on IR, it's going to be very difficult. But you still got the David Montgomery, our great back David Montgomery, who always seems to have good games against the Packers, but never gets the carries he deserves against them. So, and then you have, you know, Darrington Evans. If Justin Fields play, he's another weapon that can rush the ball. So we're going to have to see where the Bears go with this. But regardless of who's at quarterback or who's, you know, playing at running back, the game plan stays the same, or who's playing at receiver. The game plan stays the same. Run the ball on this Green Bay Packers defense, wear them down, and take away some of their pass rush. Number 3, I just think, you know, number 3, just go out there and have fun. It's not really much of a key, but at this point in the season, the Bears are most likely out of the playoff hunt. Most likely, they are out of the playoff hunt, and right now they're just fighting for a draft spot. So if you're the coaching and the guy that's calling plays, if you're Luke Getsy, you just want to call, you know, things that are work in progress. You know, have fun with your play calling, be creative, try to score some points on this Green Bay defense. You know, get Claypool involved, most likely because Darnell Mooney is now out for the season. You know, I would like to see him take on an expanded role. Velus Jones should be able to get an expanded role. Experiment a little bit, have some fun with it. let the players know, but like, hey, this is a rebuilding year. We haven't been our best this year, but you know what? We're still gonna go out there, have fun, and play our best against our hated rival. That's what makes this rivalry one of the best in the NFL, if not the best rivalry in the NFL. Is that the teams always seem to play hard when they meet up against each other. So if I'm Luke Getty, I'm just telling my offense, you know what? Go out there, have fun. If I'm at Everflex, I'm telling my players, all my players, go out there and have fun, have a good time. Let's try to beat this Packers team always, but you know what? Let's not take it too seriously because we're decimated by injuries, and we got some things to look forward to. If you win, you win. That's cool. If you don't, move on. You got things to look forward to. But yeah, go out there and have fun. So, with that being said, I think the Packers will clearly win this game, and this is the first time I've ever picked the Packers in this matchup. I think. Don't quote me on that. But the Packers, it just comes down to one simple thing. The Packers are way more healthy than the Bears are right now. And even still, this was always a tough matchup for the Bears, even when healthy. But now that they're missing Darnell Mooney, Eddie Jackson, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, Justin Fields, I can just run down the list of injuries that the Bears have right now. Claypool has been limited. You got guys that are limited, guys who have nagging injuries. So it makes it very difficult to go against a team like Green Bay, who's mainly been healthy this year. So I think the Packers will win. I'm going to go with the final score, 31. I'll go 31-17. Regardless on who starts, if it's Trevor Siemian, if it's Nathan Peterman, I doubt Fields plays in this game, so I'm gonna have to go with a much lower scoring game. A 17-31 score seems fair, because the Bears last week, they couldn't put up any points or move the ball without Justin Fields. It just showed, last week's game just showed that how important Justin Fields is to this offense, and without him, his offense is kind of stale, and they can't really move the ball like that. They can't sustain drives. They had a good first drive, but once teams kind of bunkered down on their backup and bunkered down on Trevor Siemian last week, the Bears couldn't move the ball. So that's the reason for the score. If Fields doesn't play, I expect this to be a very easy win for the Packers. But if Fields does play, I still expect the Packers to win, but it will be a better game. So we'll see what happens in the coming days. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the videos. That helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these Bears prediction videos. Follow me on social media, as I'll be tweeting out live during the game. And Bear down. I'm out. Peace.